Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Colum Tyrrell Podcast, aka the new real ass Monday morning podcast experience. The new real ass Monday morning podcast experience with Colum Tyrrell. It's my first Monday doing this in a while. This is my first clocking in. I'm always busy. I'm a fucking jet setter, baby, all over the world. Go to columtyrrell.com. You will see the most amount of dates I've ever had on that website. What do I have? Just off the top of my head real quick. Columbus, Edmonton, Lafayette, Louisiana. Woo! I don't think tickets are doing too well down there, so please, anyone within that region, come on down. Houston, Texas. And then that's kind of it for the summer, I think. If I, that must be it. Like, there's usually something I'm forgetting, and then then I have that comedy club hit me up and go, "Why didn't you mention me?" Oh, Portland, Maine. All right, fuck you. Columbus, Edmonton, Lafayette, Houston, Portland, Maine. That's gonna be a fucking nice weekend. We got the young king Connor Larson with me there. Baltimore, Maryland, Washington D.C. And that'll be it. That'll be it for the summer. I'll be off. All my family's coming into town. I'm going to the chapel and I'm gonna shoot everyone there. Going to the chapel, going to commit some terrorism. Going to the chapel 'cause they're all black and I think that's horrible. I'm a little white guy going to shoot up this church of something. Going to the black church, going to end all of their dancing. Oh, hallelujah, baby. Oh, fuck you. That's pretty damn fucking sadistic. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Not gonna lie, that's fucked up. But when that dude went down and shot up the church, that's like something out of a fucking Tarantino movie. Some dude driving down to it. Some guy's on his way to fucking shoot up a fucking... some guy's driving down to shoot up a church or something. Puts on a little tape. Pulls off. You're listening to 5 hours. And then it goes... And this is another thing. We gotta, the climate change. And then it goes, going to the chapel. And then he's driving down to the church. And he has his AK-47 there. And then next thing you know, just before he gets there, like, suspense is building. T-boned. Random car crash. What are the odds of that? No Country for Old Men, right? Isn't that what happened? Anyway, you can have that. You can steal that. You can use that. You ever see the guy in fucking... We're all fellas here, right? We're all edgelords. Like, no, I think we know each other, fellas, right? We're fucking incels, right? There is a brutal video. Is it Queensland, Australia, or New Zealand? Somewhere in New Zealand. I don't really know the ins and outs of what is and isn't in New Zealand, but when that guy shut up the mosque, man, and I think he live streamed it on 4chan or one of these places. That was fucking crazy. He's just driving down the road, fucking. He's listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I believe. Don't stop, there's something in the mending. He's like letting people out. Yeah, go ahead. And it's like from the POV. That's crazy. That's a crazy one. That's sad. That's fucking sad. There's something about the mass shooting of people. At least give them, don't just corner them in a room and like fucking Glorious Bastards. Like, you gotta give them the opportunity to run away. You know what I mean? You're already hunting them down. You know, you can't just show up at a big crowded area and go, "Pa, pa, 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 pa." That's pathetic. That's pathetic. But what you could do is set off a couple of warning shots in a mall, right? In a shopping centre. Hide behind the fountain. Throw one of those, like, those fucking gassy things. What are you know, like a flare type of thing. And then really go around hunting them down. That's the honourable way of mass murdering, you know? Whatever. I'm never going to do it. But for sure, if we ever got to the point where like virtual reality was so real, you know, like a video game, like at an arcade where you could go to like the world's most immersive virtual reality game where you go pay fucking $400 and you get yourself an hour, but you're literally like walking around inside someone else's body and doing shit. I could see myself playing school shooter. I could see myself playing, not school shooter, you know what I mean? That's not really my cup on tea. But something maybe World War II, walking through the small little towns of France, you know? You're on foot. You're walking around, you a couple of your boys, and a cow, and you fucking, and it's just some little blonde bitch, you know, and she's some maid with big tits. And she's like, oh, and then you go, let's keep going. And then your buddy goes, no, I'm dragging her into the barn. And you're like, Jesus Christ, thank God this is virtual reality. You know, you're God, Jesus Christ, why is that an option in the game? Surely you should try grab her. And it goes, boom. You're not allowed to grab her like an NPC. She just keeps going, Sacre bleu, Sacre bleu. But that could be good, fully immersive World War II. You know, Stalingrad, your buddies are getting blown to bits, you know, just shells dropping from the earth. You know, you could play that guy in Band of Brothers, the one who's all their friends. You know, that guy who's everyone's friends died. What was his name? Malarkey, I think. Yeah, you could reenact Malarkey's life, walking through Europe. And what a time! What a time to be alive. 1940? 1943? I don't know what year. D-Day was, but I'm not gonna say 1943. I'm gonna say June of 1943. That's what I'm gonna guess. Hey Siri, when was D-Day?
It happened from the 6th of June 1944.
Oh, fucker! Shut up! Shut up, Siri. I was off by a year, but I got June correct. That's relatively okay. That's relatively good enough. That's good enough for me. I just had to clean. I almost puked just a few minutes ago, by the way. We have this fucking stray cat that comes around the house here. And they used to sort of hang around. They would never really do much. And then the girls that we live with suddenly started, you know, girls are like, no, you have to feed him. He might die out there. He's like, it's a wild cat. That's what they do. Like, he'll figure it out. He's gonna catch a bird, catch a mouse. You're making this little fucker weak, right? So they're like, no, we have to feed her. So they said, oh, look at the little. It's because women don't have kids anymore. So they're crazy. Women are fucking insane. I don't know if anyone's ever said that, right? But I'm being quiet right now because the walls in this house are pretty thin. And although I like to come across like a big bad alpha male, there's a good chance that they're listening through the walls, and I'm gonna have to deal with the fucking. You know, women they're just so good at being crazy, and we're just so good at just letting them just wear you down. They wear you down. Do you ever be honest? Do you ever be in a new relationship and you just go, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest with this girl. I'm going to be like, I'm just going to tell her how I feel. And go, hey, look, There's a new girl I work with and she's got great tits. I'd love to come on them, but I won't. Just so you know, that's right up my alley now. Because why wouldn't you share that part of yourself with someone, right? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you let someone know exactly what's going inside? You want to spend the rest of your life together, right? Shouldn't you know every single part of what they're thinking? There's no right or wrong. You tell them if you don't like mushrooms. Tell them if you want to come on some girls with tattoos tits. And you tell them and you go, see? And then they have a fucking episode. And then a year later, there's a new girl with even bigger, better tits. She's like, so who's this new girl? And you go, no, don't know. Never even met her. Don't know her name. Never even looked at her. Don't even have a dick. I've shaved it off. It's not the best example of the world, but like that is kind of how it works. You ever go, you're kind of an annoying little fucker. You're kind of an annoying little cunt. Oh, you made annoying. So then you just like pretend. You know, I kind of do believe that. You know, maybe not all women, but I 100% respond well to like negative feedback. Not necessarily you fucking faggots in the comments. Actually, George Carlin talked about feeding stray cats in 1972. No, but like I do respond. Like any job I've ever had was like, you just tell me, just like that's not a good job. Do that better. You're fucking annoying. You don't fucking do this. You don't. And it's like, fine, I'll get better. I have a lot of self-hate deep rooted in my fucking chest. So anytime you can tell me I'm doing a bad job, that's great. That actually makes me feel better. Makes me feel right. It explains the chest pains. Anytime someone compliments me, I'm like, you fucking little bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But I genuinely think just women can't react. You gotta like slowly nurse them. You gotta slowly go, maybe a lot of the problems that you're dealing with right now, maybe a lot of the stress that you're going through right now is actually self-inflicted. Have you ever? Maybe a lot of the problems that you have in your life and all your worries are just fictional nonsense. You're just creating things that don't exist so you can just be upset. And I think it kind of just roots down to none of them have fucking kids. I don't know if it's not good for society. We don't have any money, right? Fair enough. No one has any money. No one wants to knock out kids. But that's not for nothing. Having like a distraction like a kid is pretty good. Life is we're not all entrepreneurs, you know? We're not all jet setters. We can't all be fucking vagabonds and go around India in our baggy fucking hippie elephant pants. We're not all jet setters. We're not all artists, okay? Sometimes you just need to knock out a couple of kids by 23 and then you just get your dead end job and it's all about survival. But it will keep you ticking. It keeps you occupied. I think, this idea of whatever happiness is, I think happiness is having a goal and fucking following it. And, it's not easy to create your own goal. What is easy is having a couple of kids and going, all right, my goal is to try fucking raise these fuckers, keep them alive, feed them, teach them shit. Don't let them get vaccinated. Things like that. My goal is to raise little soldiers. But we don't do that anymore. So I think everyone's walking around in their mid-30s and, I don't know, we gotta feed the kitties. I gotta feed the stray kitty. Like I'm not for nothing. I know I've talked about this before, obviously, but like I'm getting married in a couple of months. And I'm starting to kind of regret the whole thing, to be fair, to be honest. I think actually getting married, sorry, but this could really cause a fucking issue, and I don't have the mental strength right now. I'm in an acting course. I gotta learn some lines. I'm recording a TV show soon, and these are two different projects, and I gotta really make sure that stuff is going ahead. I'm on the road every weekend. I got this podcast, got another podcast. I got a lot of shit going on right now. I'm trying to go to the gym. I want to lose weight because I'm a big fat cunt. And, I've been neglecting cardio for a long time. So I got a lot of shit going on. And I really just don't have the bandwidth right now to have a fucking fight with my soulmate, with my fucking love of life. But I'm happy to get married. I'm happy to spend the rest of my life with someone. Make that bond. Make that promise. I think that's grown up shit. You swear in front of God, whatever you think God is, you swear that no matter what, I've got your back. I've got your fucking back. That's a great feeling. Even when you were like a teenager. When you were a teenager and, you were with your boys and then some other lads from a different neighborhood would show up, start causing trouble. It was always good to know, hey, I've got my boys with me if anything kicks off. And that's what I kind of think. That's what getting married is. It's like you've got your boys, you know what I mean? You've got your little crew. No matter what, I'm your biggest fan. And I'm going to help you through everything. Okay? But the idea of actually having a wedding and inviting people to a big event is probably the dumbest, most retarded fucking thing I've ever had to go through in my fucking life. And I'm not allowed to say this because it's like, it's always been my dream to wear a white dress. It's like, fucking grow up. Grow up. Why are we having a party? What the fuck are you? What the fuck? Let's go to Key West with the money. Let's have some kids. We don't have some geriatric retarded fucking kids. It's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy. Wedding invitations are the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Jesus Christ. You think we were launching a new product? You think Pepsi was launching a new type of Coca-Cola or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, for fuck's sake. It's just an invitation that goes on someone's fridge. Send a text. Send out a text like an Amber Alert. Blurp, blurp, blurp. You're invited to a fucking wedding. Jesus Christ. I can't deal with it. It's fucking insane. But I'm not gonna lie. I've lost my man card here, but I'm whispering in the basement. I'm whispering on a podcast. In case they hear this, but it's fucking insane. Never get married, kids. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This is fucking crazy. The dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. You gotta pick food for the guests. This is the way the weddings do it. They got the wedding venue. You pick food for the guests. You got chicken. You got fish. Oh, the steak is an option, but steak is extra. So then you're like, fuck the guests. You're getting chicken. Bring your own fucking steak. Bring a little fucking pre-cooked steak in the sous vide bag. We'll heat it up in a pot of water. It's insane. It's fucking insane. And we've got this fucking stupid cat, right? And they've been feeding it, and during the winter, it has like nowhere to go. Okay, so slowly but surely, this little fucking stray cat, and he's missing an eye, a little gammy eye, like something out of a Disney movie. You know what I mean? The classic. He has the eye, but it's like the eyelid underneath it's all scratched out, and it's like it's just a little. It's white. It's a white cat, but it's a dirty white cat. We call him Snowball. I bet you the fucking house down the road calls him Snow White. House around the corner calls him Charlie. He has us fucking a fool. Snowball has us played a fool house to house. Ding dong, trick or treat. What have you got for me? Anyway, during the winter, they got him this little kind of kennel. I don't know what a cat house is, but a cat kennel. And it got too cold, so then we started letting him in the garage, right? The garage. Boom. Sits in there. Anyway, last night this cat took a dump the size of a fucking horse. I mean, I'm not lying. I've had shit smaller than the size of this shit. I didn't even know cats took shits like that. I'm so mad about it. Did you know that? I don't have cats. I've never had a house where they have the litter box. I don't even know how a cat shit that big could even go in a litter. I'm not lying. This was like a human shit. Unless some fucking homeless guy snuck in the middle of the night and took a big huge dump, and he shit right on like where there's like a little bit of a step, a little bit of a curb. So you're like, I'm trying to like scoop it up with. I'm trying to scoop it up, but because it's in the fucking corner, it's just getting mashed in, and the smell off it. I don't know where this cat's been eating, but fucking evidently last night we went to fucking I Can Eat Applebee's or something. He fucking had the fucking margarita special. Had some fucking quesadillas and some stuff. Jesus Christ. 12 Bud Lights in this fucking cat it was. Fuck me. And I can't handle it. My abs are sore from retching. And I did it. Pussy shit. I can't clean up the cat. But that's rough. When I have kids, I just don't know what. I guess you just get used to it, you know what I mean? I used to work in construction. Those were the days, man. I just saw a photo popped up on my phone from about like 9 years ago. Me working in construction. I've got my fucking hard hat on. I got my fucking whatever the thing was. I used to my harness. I'd have my big fucking harness because I'd be working in the scaffolding. Scared shitless. All these Ecuadorians would be jumping around like little sky monkeys, fucking twirling around like Cirque du Soleil, throwing planks up, fucking bang, 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 jump, 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 and I'd be holding onto the side like fucking fun times. But I remember that job was so brutal. But you'd go shit in a fucking porta potty, and it would be a row of all these porta potties, and there would just be some big sewer in the middle. And you'd go down there and you'd sit there in the middle of fucking freezing winter. The winter was even better because it didn't smell as bad. But you'd go sit there and it would just smell like fucking bleach and shit. And all the Caribbean lads, a lot of these Caribbean lads that squat, they don't like sit on toilet bowls. They'd squat, so they'd end up leaving big, huge fucking work boots where you're on the toilet seat. There'd be big work boot fucking prints with cement and mud. And I'd be sitting there, it stunk like shit, a sewer and bleach, and I'd be sitting there, and I'd have 10 minutes to myself, just like, this is the life. But I got used to it, so maybe if I have kids, I get used to that. Fun weekend this weekend. I just went down to Minneapolis, Bloomington, Minneapolis in Minnesota. That's my first time down in Minnesota. Welcome to Minnesota. I can't really do the accent. I know it doesn't sound exactly right, but that's kind of how they sound to me. Hello, what brings you to Minnesota? I hope you have a merry day. You know, it's kind of weird. It's English, but it's also, they obviously took a little bit of the twang off the Native Americans. Like, hello, Big Chief, Little Nipples. And then they go, hello, Minnesota. That's what you took from the natives. You took their land, but you kept their accent and the names of the towns, which I love that in America. Everywhere you go, Mohegan, Sioux Falls, because the Sioux, we killed them, and their babies, they fell into the rivers as we fucking scalped these fuckers. But my God, that was a rough weekend, man. That's the Mall of America, the biggest mall in all of. By the way, first of all, America is essentially just one big, huge fucking mall. It's just a shopping center. That's what America is, really. Outside of the national parks, a couple of rural places, America's really just one big, huge fucking mall that you live and you work in. You walk in and go, this is where the houses are, this is where we work for the houses, but that's what it is. America's just one big fucking gift shop. Anyway, we went to the mall, but like those shows were fucking rough, man. Pulling teeth. There's just such a difference between when you go to a club, small little club, and it's in the suburbs, or it's in the city and it's in a bar. And they got the fucking comics, you know, where all the podcast listeners go, tend to know where these fucking cool, hip, for lack of a better word, clubs are. And Mall of America, that ain't it. Mall of America, that ain't it. All right? Pulling teeth. Because you can show up, like, and if anyone came out to the shows, thanks very much for coming to the shows. I met a few of you after the shows. To be honest, if I don't see you after the show, first of all, I have no merch at the moment, so I'm not going to be out there selling anything. I sold all my merch and I haven't bothered getting it replaced. But second of all, if I don't like the show, I'm not coming out to say hello. All right? Sorry. If you don't see me outside, it's because I didn't enjoy performing. And sometimes if someone texts me and says I'm coming to the show tonight, I'll fucking make an effort to come out. But the chances are I'm not coming out, man. No offense to the people out there, but like most comedians don't even come out. We're in no obligation to come out and shake hands and have a photo with you, right? You know, I did the show, you get the show. But a lot of times I'll come out and say hello. But that show was pulling fucking teeth. And let me tell you this, dude, I think I'm able to say this because I'll probably never work the club again. They'll never have me back. Ideally, a mutual separation probably. But when you go to a mall, it's like people are just sitting there. They're not even, it's like they're not excited. You're like, hey, how are you? And they just look and, because stand-up only works if the audience wants to be there. Go see your best. This is the best shows you probably ever see. Will be like a theater comedian. Those are like arguably the best nights of your life. No, actually, that's not true. As an audience member, primarily, I would say the best shows you'll see is a comedian who is just starting to sell out. Like, you know, the club comics, they're adding a Sunday, they're adding a second show on a Sunday. Those weekends should be fucking good because they're fucking young enough and they're hungry enough and they're excited. And all the people there are there to see that comedian. And it's in a club environment, so it's going to be the best laughs you can hear probably. That's when you see a killer. That's when you see killers. So that's probably, if you're ever going to try get comedian, and what night of the week do you want to go? The problem is by the time you see them on the Sunday, they might be fucking tired. They might have told the same stories like 3 nights in a row, and then so by the 4th night, they like, I'm not even going to tell that story tonight because I'm too bored. But I don't know. It depends. I don't think the first night is either good either. They're usually trying to like get used to the room. Maybe the Friday. Yeah, Friday's a nice balance. Friday early show can be good because people have been in work all week and now they're finally let out like fucking animals. Like they all just got out of a mental asylum. People just like, you know, the shirts up, they're with their boss and, it's fucking Friday. That's why the Friday late shows can be a fucking nightmare because everyone goes straight out after work. They go, we all got tickets. Yeah, all right, let's just go out for dinner then. I got tickets for the 10 o'clock show. We're all in work at the city. Look, yeah, great. Let's meet up at 6:30, 6:30. We'll go for dinner. We'll have a few drinks. By the time the 10 o'clock show comes around, they're all fucking wasted. They're all just shouting out, going, yeah, do you? I love you. Anyway, I'm on stage at this show. This is so funny, right? So I don't know if this bitch quit or whatever. I'm on stage, right? It's the late show on the Friday. Let's be honest, there's not a lot of people there. There's like 20 or 30 something people there. It's a late show. And it's awkwardly quiet, right? Which is all right. You know, it's just like, it's not going to be at one of those fucking killer nights, but it's like, you still have fun shows like that, right? And there's a waitress there, some black chick. And she's walking up and down the front of the fucking stage a few times, right? And I felt like there was something going on, like she was dropping the checks, and then there was an argument with the bill, or there was something. I don't know exactly what was going on, but anyway, I finished whatever I was talking about, and I go, "What's going on here?" And she was like, "Hmm?" And she looked up, and I go, "What's going on here? Is there a problem or something?" And then she goes. And she looks around to the audience and she goes, "I'm just doing my job. I'm just done doing my job." And I went, Jesus Christ. I go, why did you say it in that voice? Why'd you make it all slavey? Because I talked to her and I said, I talked to you off stage. You were just like, hello, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Thanks for playing the club. We're going to have a great night. And earlier in between the sets too, she was like, yo, you kind of funny actually, you know? I was like, don't be flirting with me, you black fucker. I know how you guys do it. You fucking, I'm engaged. Be gone, witch. Be gone, witch. That's how they flirt. That's how the black ladies flirt. They kind of go up and go, yo, you stupid. Yo, you kind of funny. You know? As if I'm not going to go, ha-hooga. Uh-oh, I'm getting negged. Watch out. Neil Strauss or Neil, whatever his name. It's mystery. I'm getting negged. Escalation. Anyway, so I go, why'd you make your voice all slavey, making me look like a fucking cunt? I'm up here, the white guy, and next thing you're like, Massa, I'm just taking orders, Massa. I'm sorry, Massa. It was pretty funny. It was funny in the room. And she did not like it. She went, She went down to the back of the room going, yo, this motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. And I'm doing the set, and I can hear her fucking shouting, like, bullshit. This is a bit of bullshit. She's doing it to Bernie Mac. Well, this ain't nothing but some fucking bullshit. Anyway, it is what it is. It happens, you know what I mean? Sorry. You were in the firing zone, and then you shouldn't. I don't know why she did that voice. She made me, trying to make me look like a moron. I was like, don't go fucking slavey with me, huh? And then, at one point, I'm telling a story later on. I'm trying to close, and it's not going great at this point of the show. It's like, you know, it is what it is. And I just hear that in the back of the room. This is bad. This is bad. And I go, what? Did someone just say this is bad? I go, that sounds like one of the staff. That couldn't be one of the staff shouting that out. That's nuts. And then she goes, well, yeah, it is. And I was like, well, we could both play this game, honey. I said, we could both play this game, honey. That was as much as I left, but I was like, yo, you work in the Mall of America. You work at a comedy club in the Mall of America. You could not be lower on the totem pole of success. You could not be having a worse life right now. There's nothing you can say that can even come close to me. First of all, let's not forget, you're black. First of all, you're black. Second of all, no, listen, I obviously she couldn't understand the joke I was making, so she went fucking nuts. But that's the type of thing that you work in where you go, is there no managers around to stop the staff from fucking heckling the acts? I've done comedy clubs in this country, and there's a fight would break out, and I go, hey, can you shut your fucking mouth? And the guy goes, fuck you. And I'm like, well, fuck you, buddy. All right, I'm not doing any more jokes. Get out. Get this guy out of here. And then you look around, and there's no one there. It's like the staff, they just get the show rolling, and they go, all right, we'll be back in 90 minutes. You good luck up there. Like you're renting the space. They go, all right, is this good for you? All right, we'll see you in 90 minutes. Good luck. I'm not going for a smoke. I'm telling you, if you have money, if you fucking have money and you have an interest in comedy, and I do believe, and maybe I'm crazy, but I believe that live performance will continue on as like a form of entertainment for a while, because we're all so glued to our screens. I think there's something about going out and seeing people and laughing in person and having someone in front of you, whether it's a storytelling night or a play or anything. I kind of believe that will actually keep going. So I'm saying, if you have money, start up a fucking comedy club and just run it right. Don't have the fucking waitresses heckling or up at the front row, walking up and down like fucking morons looking for their table going, who's table 8? Yo, you wanted those chicken wings? Like, just run the show right. There's great rooms. There's great rooms all over the country. Just have a look at them, copy them. Right? If anyone needs advice, let me know. There's a bunch. Google a fucking city. Have a look at the population of any city. Count how many comedy clubs are there already. If there's one comedy club and it's 350 seats, you know, and it's always called like the Washingtonville Improv or something. That's exactly where you can come in. You can walk in, set up a little room in a little basement in a bar in the city, 200 seats, run it right, small ceilings, dark room, pay the acts well, make the room go well, fucking book good comedians, don't just book some fucking retard off TikTok. Joey Haha, you know? Because what happens is Joey Haha comes to town and he'll sell 90% of the tickets. And then the other 10% are people who are locals who walk in off the street. And then they see that shit show and they go, I'm never going to that comedy club again. It was terrible. And then the 90% of the people that went to see Joey Haha, they don't like it either because he's a TikTok fucking retard. Right? So book good comedians consistently. It's truly not that hard. Go have a look. It's right there. I don't have the money. I would look into it. I really just don't have the fucking money, man. If I had somehow access to like 100K somewhere, I'd head down to probably somewhere in Florida and set up a club somewhere down there. Problem in Florida is it's seasonal, but I think you could get something decent. I think you could sort out something fucking decent down there in Florida. Anyone's actually interested in it, give me a bell. I'm telling you. Because I show up at comedy clubs. I want the shows to go better than the club. The club don't give a fuck. The club has it rented out like it's like just a rental space. They think of it like this is just an area where you go do your little jokes and they don't really give a fuck whether the shows go well or bad as no reflection on the club. There's loads of clubs you show up and they do it right. Clubs in Colorado do it right. The Denver Comedy Works is obviously like the best club in the country. Comedy Fort in Fort Collins, one of the best clubs in the country. Wits End in Charleston, they do it fucking right. That's a great fucking club. Appleton, Wisconsin's a fucking great club. Skyline in Appleton. Oh, another one in Wisconsin, Janesville. They do it fucking right. There's so many clubs you show up, they just do it right from the beginning to the end. This is how, you know, I remember showing up at comedy clubs. Sometimes you show up at clubs, the managers don't even come out and say hello. They just sit in the back room. I don't know what they're doing. They're on the computer. They're fucking sharing Facebook posts to like. I worked a club down in fucking Charlotte. I said to the guy who'd been like running the show all weekend, I go, yo man, can I get paid now? And he goes, yeah, you don't have to go talk to the manager. I go, who the fuck? I thought you were the manager. He's like, no, I'm just the sound guy. And then they brought me into some fucking fat bitch in an office and I was like, are you the manager? She's like, yeah. I was like, wait, you just been sitting here all weekend? You never once came out and said hello? That's a bad sign. Go talk to the fucking person who's fucking working your club for the weekend. Anyway, whatever. I'm just letting you know, there's very simple ways to run comedy clubs and it's not that hard. It's just do it right. Just do it right. Don't have a fucking projector behind the have a fucking blank wall. A blank wall. A nice, dark, distraction-free blank wall. Don't have the stage 9 feet in the sky. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, let's go over to patreon.com. Let me see what we got here. La 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 la. Fuck you. These are obviously questions from the Patreon. We'll do one of these. We'll get out of here. Or maybe what time is it now? I wanted to talk about Toy Story. Here's the issue now. I either have time to go to the gym and then I get on with my day, or I do the Patreon. Oh yeah, Fargo. I wanted to talk about Fargo. What time are we at? 40 fucking minutes. Fucking giving it away. All right, let's see what we have. We have some fucking questions. This guy's always asking too many questions. All right, retarded questions. So this is the problem with all these questions. All right, here's a decent little question, I believe. Let me read this one now. This one comes in from well, okay then. All right. Okay. Well, okay then. Thank you. My question is this. The girlfriend and I are moving into a new place. Congratulations. Change is as good as the rest, as they say, right? Do I even go shopping? The little furniture. Oh, sorry. Let me start again. I lost my place. The girlfriend and I are moving into a new place. The little furniture I have is shit. Classic. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with having shit furniture. Do I even go shopping with her for the new stuff or just tell her to buy whatever? I don't know. It really depends on who's. Are you splitting this shit? Are you just going to be fronting the bill? Not for nothing, but women make things nicer. You know what I mean? They'll encourage you to get a better bed, a nicer couch. They teach you about like color coordination. Your couch is like, your couch is clashing with your coffee table and stuff. They have what's it called? The Wing Shui. The Wing Shui. Like they understand the Wing Shui of the room, right? A lamp, a little bit of ambient lamp, a little bit of this, a little candle there. They really they fucking feminize it up and it does feel nice. There's something nice about coming home and, you just next thing, one day you're just like walking around going, why do my feet feel well? Oh, we bought a little rug. We bought a little fluffy rug. Those little rugs that almost look like they have little fingers. So it's like 1,000 little toddlers massaging your toes, right? So that is nice. It is nice to do that. But then again, I will also say this. It's like you do grow weak. You get accustomed to a hot meal. You'd be surprised how many nights of good rest on a decent pillow. How many times you got to bed with clean sheets. You kind of grow a little weak. You grow a little weak. I think that's why so many men just nowadays, like we all long for that fucking, who's that big huge guy, the Liver King? We all long to just go out to the woods and catch fucking salmon with our bare hands and fucking bite into it like a bear, right? Go out, we're all watching alone, going, I think I could survive in Alaska. Guys, we're all weak, we're all little office fucking things, we're all groomed. But women, like, it does a balance, it is nice, but I do think you grow weak. So I don't really know what the answer is here, but it really depends on what the financial situation is. Nothing would give me more happiness in the world, though. If I ever make it big with some money, to be like, just be able to throw a credit card, like a heavy one, clink, the type of one that could fucking smash a window, and just go buy whatever you want, shithead. Go, hey, sugar tits, go buy me whatever you want. Tonight I'm sticking it in your ass. That would be like a real great moment to just be whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. All right. If we will end up picking what she likes anyway, going with seems time and energy. That is, yeah, okay. So yeah, your argument is you're gonna go around here, you don't really give a fuck. So she's down like, what about this couch? And you go, that sounds great. And she goes, no, well, what about this one? And you go, whatever one you want. So you don't have the time and energy. I get it. This is kind of just what they do. They keep you hostage. Let's go shopping. What's that tennis player, the Swedish guy, Federer? Roger Federer had a good point though. He said whenever he goes on holiday with his missus, they'll go shopping and he'll spend 10 hours shopping with her. And he's like, because that's what she wants to do and she wants me there for it. Because when he's in tournaments, she sits there for 10 hours. Which in fairness, going to support your husband playing the Wimbledon final and watch him earn like, $10 million prize check plus another $60 million of endorsements. It's a little different than sitting there while she tries on Gucci's, Anyway, yeah, look, I get it. It's the time and energy you don't need to spend. I guess you got to figure out the balance, bro. Is she doing something? This might just be something where you got to go do it. Like I'm saying, that's why I was whispering earlier. This brings you back to the whispering. Sometimes you got to just... This is the thing is you probably won't do this now. This is the thing is you'll go, fuck that, I'm not doing that. It causes such a big fight and such a big effort that next day it's like, can you come to see me? And you go, fine, I'll just fucking come with you. I'll just fucking come. You tantrum fucking little. If I stay home, she might both spend a lot of money and be mad at me. Yeah, see? Funny thing is, well, she can't spend a lot of money if you just give her a budget, right? And if she breaks the budget, she's not for you. You got to get rid of it. You can't have that. You can't have a chick who's just absolutely rinsing you. But yeah, she might be mad at you and you might have to deal with that. But like, well, okay then. That was a good question. Well, okay then. All right, look, that's the end of the podcast. I'll probably head off to Patreon now. And yeah, that'll be a part 2 of the Patreon. Only $2 a month. Pocket change for another little bit of Collie tea. Come see me on the road. Please do. And then that's that. Yeah. All right, take it easy. Good luck. Oh, wow. I did a little goodbye. I waved a little goodbye there on the camera, and I did came across a little Nazi-ish. So that was an accident. I didn't mean to. I apologize to Elon. It's very easy to do it. But I didn't fucking recoil. I didn't fucking build one up there. I didn't. That was an accident. Although I'm not against doing a little bit of a hiling. It's not like I haven't done it before, thinking it was hilarious. But yeah, that's that. I appreciate it. See you on the Patreon. Take it easy.